Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Revival League Season 2 Close Qualifiers Round 4. My name is Retro, and we are back here with a pretty interesting matchup. It is Team SODALITY versus LIMITOVER. These are the 17th and 18th place teams, and as a reminder, only the top 16 places advance into either the Premier League, which are the 1st to 8th, and then 9th to 16th go into the Alpha League. So neither of these teams are actually currently placing into either of those leagues. So it's all to play for both of them. Whichever team wins this game propels themselves into a quite secure, I do believe, 7th or 8th place. No, what am I saying? That's too high. Oh my goodness, I meant 15th or 14th place, which is quite high. And then with round 5, that is going to be playing tomorrow and the day after, they're going to have a little bit more room to breathe. Should they win that game as well, then they're going to definitely be in the Alpha League. But whichever team loses, which of course one of these teams will, as of course there's no ties in Siege, or even if they are in some leagues, there aren't any in the Revival League, so either of these teams could be losing today, and they could be putting themselves in quite bad of a situation, as then they are going to have to 100% win their matchup tomorrow or the day after, depending on when exactly their time slot ends up being. But they're going to have to win their game in round 5 in order to place into the Alpha League.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Discover the location of a bomb. 10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb. Deploying shield.
Hell online. Airdrop planted.
And I am back. I do apologize for that technical difficulty. I've really no idea what happened. Luckily, I didn't miss too much of this game. I've only missed about a minute and still no action has come out. At least no one has died yet. But I really didn't get to intro this map all that well. So we're just going to have to jump straight into the action. It is a skyscraper game between Team SODALITY and LIMITOVER. As I said, no kills yet coming out as we reach about the halfway point throughout this round. The attackers have taken quite a bit of map control over on the eastern side of the map. Pans downstairs with the drone ahead of him as well, looking to find a kill from the vertical with a grenade, and he could just be finding a kill here onto the Malusi. Does quite a bit of damage on the Turner, not enough, however, to kill him. Does force him away from the geisha room, which does leave that room open for the taking from the attackers, specifically Sleepy with the diffuser and that Habana on that balcony. Some flashes coming out as well as the EE-1D getting deployed onto the defense. Still really no kills. Yarsha also took some damage, not really sure where, using some of these grenades to clear up a lot more of this utility, like those Banshees do taking a little bit of damage here from the DMR of Yabuku. And there goes the swing. Yurachi and Wet trade with each other, leaving the number count equal. And oh no, Yabuku looks just a little bit too far. Pants picks up the kill, but Turner on the other end does pick up a kill onto his teammate. Ruse with another one, leaving the defenders in a bit of a pickle, a 2 versus 3, but that time is dwindling down quite a bit, and Sleepy taking so much damage. They do shut down Turner, however, and now it's all down to Pigeon in a 1 versus 3, although 2 of those attackers are quite low HP, so he only needs to do about a bullet's worth of damage onto both of them to either down them or kill him. Sleepy going for that plant inside of T-Room. There's the cover from both of his teammates. Not much a Pigeon can do. He's going to have to let them plant that diffuser as he's trying to reload, trying to find something here. They're all holding him, waiting for him to swing into their crosshairs. No one really getting too aggressive. He picks up one, but he's immediately traded out by Pans. And the first round does go to Team SODALITY after the plant had already gone down. Really, really good round from them there. I do apologize for the technical difficulty at the beginning and me disconnecting. It sort of threw me off a little bit because I wasn't really able to gather enough information about everything that has happened and about the way that they are playing, or to really even discuss the fact that this is a Skyscraper game. And Skyscraper has,
Attackers need to
I think,
locate
a 62 or 63% win rate for the defense. So the fact that Team SODALITY are able to win a round on attack, and quite confidently as well, it really boots well for them at the moment. But it also could be telling us a little bit of a story here about LIMITOVER as well, considering that they are on the stronger side, but aren't really able to pick up any round wins. And do my eyes deceive me, or is that Cade Claw inside of Minibar catching both of those walls? I'm not really sure, but in any case, they're going to be doing quite an extended roam here. It's very, very common for this site, and especially with that Rooney, they are making sure to be using as much of this utility as possible by using that passive ability of being able to punch walls, or being able to punch quite large holes in the walls. Of course, you can make either rotates with those or just very quick footholds without wasting any ammo in your shotguns, or without having to force any operator to bring a shotgun that they might not want to. Of course, I think every single operator on this defensive side has a shotgun option, or shotgun adjacent, like that DMR inside of Rooney. But oh my goodness, an attacker has already made their way inside of Geisha. That is Yurachi. He could be getting lucky here with the kill if they're not careful. But of course, breaking that Rooney gate with the flash grenade will be given away. Pans finds one from below onto Yabuko, and I'm not really even sure how he got that. Oh, he was inside of a pantry. That was a really good opening kill. Ruse taking quite a lot of damage here from that DMR in the hands of Turner. You're actually taking a little bit of peeks here onto drums as Pants finds another one onto W3T with a grenade as well. W3T sending out some question marks, confused as to how that happened, considering what we saw in the previous round of Pans walking in through the building with a drone ahead of him. I think it's a pretty fair assumption to say that there was probably a drone that gave weight to that information and gave weight to that kill as well. That really hurts them, the fact that they lost their Warden and the fact that they lost their Valkyrie as well, not only because Warden has so much utility come late in the round where those flashbangs still in the pocket of both Yurachi and Sleepy could be nullified by Warden's ability, but also losing both of the C4s from those operators is going to be a bit of trouble. At this point, they're only left with one in the bucket of Pigeon, but is that going to be enough? Tamira's does find one to Ruse. That's the Eon off the board. I do believe she still had a couple grenades left as well. So that's, or at least one of them still left. So that's going to be a little bit of trouble there as they are losing a little bit of that utility, especially with that timer dwindling down as well for them. 40 seconds to go. Doogie, however, finds one to Tamira's. That is the castle that was trying to challenge the push coming in from Dragon. Turner just nearly missing Sleepy's head. Pigeon does find one to Doogie, however. That could be the opening here for LIMITOVER to turn the tides. But a 3 versus 2, 20 seconds to go. Make that 2 versus 2 as Turner finds one to Yurachi. Turner finds another one at the Pans, but Sleepy is there with a refrag onto Pigeon. And it's Turner there to finally kill the Sleepy, the last player on the side of Team Sodality, win the round for Limit Over, equalize the scoreline at 1 apiece, and bring Limit Over a little bit more closure to be able to stay in this game mentally without really letting Team Sodality take over for them too much. Of course, the more rounds you lose, especially on the more advantageous side, such as the 62% win rate, defense on Skyscraper is definitely going to be doing numbers on your mental game, because you don't really want to be losing rounds, and especially losing them in quite a confident fashion of just getting steamrolled. Definitely doesn't do well. But Limit Over do regain a little bit more of that confidence as they win that round. They're going back into Tea Room and Karaoke, which they gave quite good of a fight on. But unfortunately, they were just not able to do enough on, and the Pigeon clutch just wasn't enough. Quite interestingly, is the Pigeon is going back on that Capcan. And could we be seeing a rush here as Pan switches off of the Nook that he's been going really nuclear with so far, and now switching onto the Amaru? We could be seeing a bit of a rush here. 2 sets of flash grenades, although the entire rest of the team is all the way on the opposite end of the map. Actually, all of them are. Scratch that. Everyone is on the opposite end of the map, so there won't be a rush necessarily through that Karaoke window, which is where you most often see that Amaru come in through. But it could still be a play to get in there quickly and to do a little bit of damage very early on. Or maybe they're not even aware of the site being on this side of the map, because typically you see Amaru also coming in from below through the hatch into the office. And considering that the entire team is on this side, that might have been what they were expecting. Especially because they've just now lost their first drone, and they've just now lost their first player. They've just now lost their second and third player as well, as Turner and W3T are there to pick up any pieces left of Team Sodality. Only 2 players left. It's the Iana and the Thermite, an unlikely combo to find in a clutch situation. They still have the diffuser, they still have quite a bit of utility, and still a lot of information to go off of and to work with. They still have a couple of drones. They, of course, have Ruse's ability as well, those clones, to try and find somebody. Those ADSs will be swallowing up Sleepy's flash grenades. They do give way for Ruse to use his grenades, his frag grenades, to destroy this utility, but it's going to be quite difficult for them to try and do anything, for them to try and to push into anywhere when it's only 2 of them. Oh no, they tried to clear that Aruna gate, but unfortunately the final flash grenade will get swallowed by that ADS of W3T, one of the key players so far in this round. Trying to peek in through this rotate and onto that shield. That timer dwindling away for them. There's a player prone up on that wall. Ruse will be using his ability to try and maybe clear. Oh no, he's actually baiting. He baited me fully, and I can see that he's not using his ability. Sleepy will find one onto W3T, shutting down one of the players that was so crucial to this round so far. Final grenade getting swallowed by the ADS. Sleepy denying that flawless, will be rotating around, trying to maybe push up the other staircase. Oh no, he's returned to his teammate. I thought he was going to try and push up those staircase. They nearly pick up a team kill there, but also nearly pick up Aruni's head. Only 10 seconds to go, still a 2 versus 4. They can hear one player, the smoke babes are coming out. Even if he hadn't died to the player, he would have died to the smoke. Sleepy pushes in and finds one, but he's immediately traded out by Pigeon. Limit Over find another round, and that was a very, very explosive round coming out from Turner and from W3T, who picked up a few kills there on the bottom floor. 2 for Turner, and W3T picked up 1 as well. Very, very crucial round for Limit Over to win that primary site. That did not go over well for them the first time around. They got absolutely shut down. And I think that they realized that they need to roam a little bit more. They need to put a little bit more resistance to this attack, as just from
Attackers
the
need to
fact
locate
that,
and defuse as
you
many
know,
bombs as they
90 seconds to 2 minutes into the round, in that first round, Limit Over, and actually Team Sodality for that matter as well, still had all 5 players standing, meant that Limit Over were playing it a lot closer to the chest, and we could see a lot of that as well. You know, there was a player inside of Geisha, there was a player playing at the top of Black Stairs, there were 2 players playing inside of the, or top of the main stairs or restaurant stairs, and there was another player playing inside a tea room, so they played it very close to the chest, and then this time around they decided, you know what, we're going to roam, we're going to extend that a little bit, because it worked when we were defending the bedroom and exhibition site, and now they're going to try and go for another quite extended site holders. They're opening up a lot of these rotates into the bar, as well as playing upstairs, which of course you just sort of have to do for the barbecue kitchen site. You cannot leave the top floor unattended, as on vertical maps, which Skyscraper is one of, if you don't take advantage of the vertical, your opponents will. So you have to beat them to it. You have to set up a defense up there, maybe some vertical holes, some reinforcements, and definitely holding out for any push coming from there. Team Sodality making quick work. It's clearing a lot of these roamers from that top floor, or at the very least from the eastern side of the top floor, allowing Yarachi to put down some of these air jabs, or down on these potential flank points for Limit Over, as they all retreat to the western side of the map, still holding on inside of Karaoke and Geisha, as well as Tea Room, not allowing Limit Over to gain, or not allowing Team Sodality rather, to gain too much map control too quickly on, and so far they're doing a great job of wasting a lot of that time, as they've wasted already about a minute. Oh, Jirachi getting challenged here by 2 different players, taking a lot of damage. Still surviving though, getting a little bit of support from his teammates as well. W3T playing inside of the sushi bar, forcing somebody to push into him. That, I swear he did some damage there onto the player up there, but I think he just took a little bit more, and because he took that damage, he was at only about a bullet's worth, especially with that 417 DMR. It packs a punch, and it packed enough of a punch to take care of a W3T, which is definitely a good opening here for Team Sodality. But Sleepy now stuck here on the Geisha wall, unable to breach it due to the mute jammer coming up from Tamiras, who, might I add, despite one of the C4s getting lost in a W3T's death, they still have a couple more left in pocket with Pigeon and Tamiras, and I don't think that C4 will catch anything because it was stuck on the little decoration up there, and it would have perfectly taken care of Sleepy as Pants finds another one of Tamiras. That's the other C4 off the board. Pigeon goes down as well. It's a 2 versus 5. It could be a flawless round here for Team Sodality as they're pushing down at the site, but it also could be a bit of a clutch. And Pants is now on a quad. He's only needing 1 for the ace. Yabuku does deny the flawless. Can he deny the ace as well? Sleepy will deny it with a pistol to win another round for Team Sodality. They equalize the scoreline again here as they tack onto the tertiary site for Limit Over. Although I have to say Limit Over did quite a good job on that roam, even though they did get shut down in the end, just because of how much time they wasted playing up there. If you paid attention to the clock, it was only about 20 seconds to go when it went down to a 5 versus 2. So, you know, if they had a couple more players alive, or if they had been able to win a couple more of those gunfights upstairs, they might have won that one on time and denied Team Sodality to equalize the scoreline. But unfortunately for them, they did equalize, which is setting Team Sodality up for a potential even split on the half, not taking the lead, which would really, really not bode well for Limit Over. But they are going back to the exhibition office site, which last time they played it, they won quite crucially so, as the first round that they won, it was round 2. And it was very, very necessary for them to win that round, to bring a little bit more momentum back into their game, and to let Team SODALITY know that they're not going to get steamrolled and they're not going to go down without a fight.
Attackers must locate
So it was very, very important for them to win that round. They did the same exact extended roam with the Aruni playing inside of T-Room. And then they just happened to win a lot of the crucial gunfights toward the end of the round that ended up giving them a clutch. Pan's now working with 9 kills to his name, the most of anybody in the lobby, although quickly followed by Turner on 7 on the opposite side. Very, very crucial player here, and I wonder how Team SODALITY will react if he's the first death. Of course, him being the entry fragger, especially playing the Amaru, he will definitely be the first one in the engagements a lot of the times, and I wonder how that's going to affect them if he's the first one down. But you're actually taking quite a bit of damage here. So far, I think he's been the most, the person, the biggest victim of that opening pick for LIMITOVER. Peeking again into a lot of these angles at the drum, letting Pans push into it first, clearing a little bit more of this utility. And oh, if Pans only knew how close he was. Actually, never mind. There's a shield there that I couldn't see because the outline doesn't show it. But I was gonna say Turner could be getting his head taken off if Pans just peeks it at the right moment. But unfortunately for Pans, there's a shield there. So he's not going to be taking the head off Turner, who did actually take a little bit of damage to a prior engagement. I do believe that was with Irachi. The defense have all pulled back to site and site adjacent, so they're going to be a little bit more close to the chest, which we saw them do the first time around, and it hurt them a lot. But 90 seconds to go, and they still haven't gained that much control, but a little bit more of that control will be gained now as they get that wall open. They get one onto Pans, but Ruse is there with the follow-up with a grenade onto W3T, who just wasn't able to run away from it. Tamir's as well down on those stairs. I think he's irretrievable as well. Yabuku's trying to do something here from inside of sight. They do find the finisher onto Tamir's, so that's going to leave Team SODALITY in the man advantage, especially as Irachi is pushing up these stairs. Now he finds another one. Can't quite find a second, but it's Ruse there. Pick up the trade, and it's all down to Pigeon again in a 1 versus 3 again to try and do something. And just as the previous time that he was stuck in a 1 versus 3 clutch situation on T and Karaoke in round 1, he is not able to close it out. Team SODALITY take the round, put themselves in the lead again, and give themselves at least an even split on the half. LIMITOVER, trailing behind with just 2 rounds to their name, are going to have to try and win this.
defenders. Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Deploying ADS. Device primed. Keep an eye on doors. Deploying shield.
Deployed.
Stay clear of blast.
Bomb located by attackers.
ADS. Loading mag. Reinforcing the wall. Ambush set. Stay clear.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Investigate! On!
Shields ready. Reloaded. Void, cam ready. Drone active. Hostile spotted. Second floor. Editing.
Turner finds one onto Yarashi, finally picking up the refrag from the earlier kill that they picked up onto Pigeon. Not quite a lot of map control as they're starting to do a lot of vertical damage with these grenades. Both Dookie and Pans take care of a lot of this utility that LIMITOVER have in place. Do we find one on the W3T, and Tamir is playing on those black stairs is going to be absolutely crucial. Should anybody push up those, he's going to be a very, very important line of defense here. But Yabuko on the roam, or on the flank, could be picking up something here, especially without the Nomad on the flank this time. They've only got Yarachi on those drones. I do believe he has spotted them out and that they know about his attempting to flank them, taking so much damage here as he lands only one shot on Dookie, unable to find the kill there. Turner taking so much damage inside of sight as they're just starting to flood onto them. Tamir is still 3 of those smoke babes still in pocket. He's going to have to try and win something here for his team. Those barbed wires giving away some of the positions of these attackers. Yabuko trying to do some damage to the walls. Dewey going down to that shotgun. Pants finding one onto Yabuko. However, there goes the swing with SMG-11. Whiffs just a little bit, and it's all down to Turner on a sliver of HP in a 1 versus 3. 20 seconds to go. Plan is going down. Sleepy planning it down inside of Karaoke. The teammates have the cover. Turner does find one, but there goes Ruse with the follow-up. To Team SODALITY take the round, take the lead as they finish this round at a 4-2, or finish this half rather at a 4-2 fashion, put themselves in quite the lead here on the half. Switching into the attacking side, which tends to be quite the unfavorable, not Team SODALITY. What? I meant to say, okay, so I said 2 things at the same time and then my brain got confused. I meant to say Team SODALITY put themselves onto quite an advantage here, and then LIMITOVER now having to pull it back on the outrageously disadvantageous side of the attack, which seems to win on Skyscraper only about 48% of the time, which is also not the correct number. It's 38. I can't do math either. Everything just seems to be falling apart. My tech is giving away on me. I can't do math. I can't speak either. Yeah. In any case, LIMITOVER gonna have to try and pull this back quite significantly here on the attack. It could be one of those days where, you know, the attack is just that much more advanced. Although it doesn't tend to be, just because of the way that the map is laid out. The map is laid out very much in a way where, you know, no matter where you are on attack, it feels like there's just a gun staring at you from somewhere. There's always a gun staring at you. There's always an impact coming flying your way. There's always a C4. But LIMITOVER find the opening as Yurachi goes down to W3T. That's the Nook. Doing wonders so far for both teams. Ruse taking a little bit of damage as well from a flying grenade. Pans in the middle of the window finds one. Oh, wow. Pans has been absolutely explosive so far this game. Ruse and Pans both will retreat from their roam on the eastern side of the map, leaving LIMITOVER with that advantage. But they did lose their sledge, which means no more soft destruction will be coming out from LIMITOVER, and no more of those grenades either. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to try and clear out some of this utility with only the Nook and the Yana still on the board as far as grenades go, but it might just be enough as W3T picks up the kill onto Ruse on that shield, and that is the most crucial position here for Team SODALITY to have kept in their control, and they just lost it, and that could be trouble. That clone coming in, baiting out the, wow, what a shot from W3T. Baiting out that smoke babe as well as he gathers more information about that smoke's position. Pans on very low HP. Sleepy, the only player to have not taken any damage. W3T put himself on the quad with that Nook in play. Sleepy will be trying to swing here onto the player, and he will find the kill. Denies the ace. Pigeon picking up the pieces, winning the round. LIMITOVER trailing now by only 1 round as they win by quite a considerable margin in their first attacking round. Unbelievable work coming in from W3T. He was there to pick up the first kill onto Yarachi the Mute. He was there to pick up every single kill after, including the immediate trade onto Yabuku the Sledge. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful work coming in from W3T, and it's really showing how vital Nook can be and why she gets banned as often as she does. I do believe she's the most banned no, she's not the most banned operator. That's Flores. By a wide margin, he's the most banned attacker. But Nook is not far behind, and this is exactly why. She can go past those cameras. She can definitely sneak up on you. She's got those grenades. She's got an absolutely killer weapon, even after the nerfs. She got nerfed a little while ago. People thought, oh, well, what's the point of bringing her anymore? That gun sucks now. You can't even control the recoil. You whiff an entire picture frame around the player before you get the kill. But W3T and Pans are both showing that you can be absolutely as explosive as you ever could have been on Nook, even still. Both going crazy with that operator. Her importance on a lineup cannot be understated. That gun, that hit, absolutely huge. Team Sodality running it back on TN Karaoke, doing another extended roam. This time they're going to be a little bit more wary of that push coming in. They're going to be a little bit more careful about the way that they push into that. As I say that, Pans is getting very, very aggressive. Picks up the kill onto that Nook. That's 2 grenades off the board as Yabuku pushes in. Shoots that Frostmat, but is immediately caught by that goo mine on that window, so he's gonna have to pull back again, take it out, and jump straight back in alongside his teammate Turner, who's so far also been having a pretty good game with 11 kills to his name, taking out a little bit of this information utility. Pan still playing down below, could be coming up those stairs, could be doing quite a lot of damage, especially his limit over working without a Nomad on their side. A Nomad or a Gridlock, both of them would do the work. This shield, again, I said last time, the most crucial position for the defense to be holding on to. And they lost a player playing there. That was Ruse playing behind that shield that just went down to W3T. Could he be doing more this time? I guess we'll have to find out. But it's Pans doing more as he takes down the Thatcher, who in his dying breaths managed to clear out the ADS protecting that shield, which of course managed or allowed LIMITOVER to clear that shield with the grenades. New Jammers denying a little bit more of this information coming in from LIMITOVER, as that time is starting to come down to only about a minute for them. In a 3 versus 5, they're going to have to do quite a lot to try and win this round. Nobody on that camera to be spotting Yabuku out right at the moment. Yabuku or Turner for that matter, as Pigeon opens up that other wall, but it's Sleepy to find Turner, as I do believe that camera had gone on at this point. Actually, no, because no one's dead, so no one is on those cameras. All the guns are up. They're still trying to challenge with those smoke babes, with those impact grenades, with those goo mines. So much utility is being thrown at the remaining attackers from the side of LIMITOVER. A Claymore will be placed into... How do they shoot that? Oh, from deep inside of the site. I was going to say that Claymore gets deployed. Could be taken out the Mute, but they shoot the Claymore. Sleepy shoots Pigeon, and he shoots Yabuku to put another round on the board for Team Sodality. They extend their lead 5-4 now. Or 5-3 rather. As they win their second round of defense and show LIMITOVER how it's done. That shield proved to be very, very crucial, as did simply just killing everybody. I mean, that is definitely what won Team Sodality the round. It was just getting the kills. It was just killing people. And Pans definitely had quite a lot to do with that, as he got a couple of his own to make sure that LIMITOVER's advantage was nullified right from the get-go. And LIMITOVER unable to find any refrags, got flawless on. But Team Sodality will be going to defending the exhibition office site now. Doing a bit of an extended roam. However, not quite as extended as what we saw from Limit Over. They're going to be closing down the side of Karaoke and Tea Room, barricading up all of these doors, forcing Limit Over to give quite loud sound cues of breaking open any of these doors, and also forcing them to come to them by simply pulling a little bit further back. Still an extended roam, but not by as large of a margin as we saw Limit Over do. The only player playing really on this side of the map is the top frag at the moment, is Pants. Getting spotted out by some of these drones, will be falling back as W3T pushes into the bathroom below and is looking to try and find something coming up any of these given staircases. It looks like his staircase of choice will be the main staircase or the restaurant staircase, as Ibuku's clearing some of these doorways, trying to find anybody playing on this side of the map. Some bullets being shot from some gun. Really too sure who that is. An interesting note is that Pans is playing that FMG, so it's the same weapon that we saw him bear with the Nook. And typically we do see the smoke bring the shotgun SMG combo, but Pants, because he's playing it so aggressively rather than playing inside of sight and anchoring, he is giving himself a little bit more of a long-range option with that FMG. Sleepy getting challenged onto here on the VIP stairs. Cruz to help inside of the bathroom, shuts down W3T, who was not expecting anybody to be playing there. He was trying to maybe do a little bit of vertical damage with those grenades, and he gets shut down. First pick once again going to Team SODALITY. Second pick going to them as well. Sleepy turns around, picks up Turner as well. He will be picking up Yabuku. Yurachi denies a potential ace as he picks up Pigeon, and now it's all down to Tamiris. The Thatcher all alone, 1 versus 5, to try and keep Team SODALITY from going to match point. Doing quite a lot of damage into Yurachi. Not enough to, however, pick him up, and it's Pans with the final one. Another flawless for Team SODALITY. They shut them down. Timeout requested by Limit Over. They need to slow them down. They need to fix what's going on, and they need to just be able to win the next couple of rounds, because they are now trailing behind by quite a bit. They're 3 rounds down, and they are looking at a pretty significant loss. I mean, we've seen a couple losses coming out in the past couple of days, but, you know, a lot of them have been pretty insignificant. It was like, oh, I'm going to go from the number 1 spot to the number 2 spot, or I'm going to go from the number 3 to the number 4. You know, a lot of them have been pretty insignificant because they didn't really change too much about the team's entire placement. But this is all to play for both teams, and Team SODALITY do currently stand over Limit Over in the standings on that 17th place compared to the 18th. Held by Limit Over, so this is all to play for both teams, and Limit Over need this win badly if they want to place in the Alpha League. It's not looking good for them. It is not looking good for them at the moment at all, and I think a mistake that we keep seeing time again by teams sort of across the board, even some of our top place teams, we keep seeing this issue of them just not being able to pick up refrags. And that is a really, really big mistake, because, you know, maybe sometimes when you're playing ranked, it doesn't really seem like that big of a deal. It's like, okay, your teammate died, whatever, I'm going to be able to pick up the refrag later on, or whatever, somebody else is going to kill somebody else, and then it's going to be fine, we're going to equalize eventually. But in competitive, the stakes are a lot higher, and the way the teams play is a lot more coordinated. There's a lot more communication going on there. So if you, as a team, aren't able to pick up trades, that means that 2 things are going wrong. That means that either your communication isn't up to par, or that your positioning isn't up to par. That your positioning isn't up to par, and both of those are really, really bad. For right now, I do believe that Limit Over have a bit of an issue with positioning, especially there. We saw W3T just pushing straight into the supply room downstairs, getting shut down by Pants, or by Hirachi. I don't know, but he got shut down by Ruse, I actually believe. downstairs inside of the bathroom, and he didn't expect them there at all, which means that he was not droned there, or he didn't drone himself there, and also that he was mispositioned a little bit because he didn't have anybody there to pick up the trade. And that is a really, really big problem for LIMITOVER. It is something that has plagued them all throughout the game. And actually, if you look back on the 3 rounds that they did win, what did they have? Trades. They were there to pick up those trades immediately, and that is something that they need to improve on if they want to win this round and even game. Gaining a little bit more of this map control on the eastern side of the map as they start to put a little bit of pressure onto these roamers. But of course, as they're bringing the castle and the mute and the Aruni, a lot of this utility is being placed right on top of them. But Turner finds the first one at the pans. Yurachi immediately picking up Tamiras. Unfortunately, that's the Lion gone. So none of those E1Ds and none of his EMPs are going to be able to be utilized either to clear some of this utility, which is definitely going to hurt them come a little bit later in the round. So far, halfway through the round, Yurachi still holding tight inside of T room at about a bullet's worth of HP. Sleepy in tandem, playing inside of Karaoke, waiting for somebody to push into him. There goes the swing from W3T, picks up Sleepy, but he's immediately traded out by Yurachi. Yabuko on the other side of the map does go down to Ruse, who pushes up the stairs. It's Doogie to find Pigeon. Turner trying to win the gunfight here against Yurachi, who is just a bullet's worth of HP, leaving Turner now at a bullet's worth of HP as well. Turner pushing down onto these stairs, trying to find something inside a pantry. Does find one. Still needs to find 2, and that diffuser's cold and on the ground. He's not going to be able to do much with that either. 45 seconds left to go. He's in a 1 versus 2. One player is still playing upstairs. One player, or rather, there we go. Dookie from inside a kitchen, finding the final kill. Team Sodality win it 7-3. And what a loss that is for LIMITOVER. Wow. Team Sodality propelled themselves quite further up the scoreboard, or the standings board, and LIMITOVER take a pretty significant loss. There's still a chance for them to rectify this tomorrow, or the day after, rather, in round 5. But it is all going to depend on that game. In round 5, and it is also going to depend on a few other games that are going to be played by other teams about whether or not they make it into the Alpha League. So this was a pretty crucial loss, and especially losing it 7-3 means that they will not be getting much in the way of round difference, which is also going to be quite crucial when it comes to tiebreakers, should they tie with anybody at the end of the close qualifiers. I think a pretty obvious MVP choice there is Pans, who was absolutely explosive, both on attack and defense. Opened up a lot of those entry points for his team, again, on both sides, and just didn't allow LIMITOVER to push anywhere, to do anything. And it was an absolutely crucial player for that entire game. So we will be giving it to Pans for this game. And before my technology gives out on me again, that will conclude this game. There will not be any more streams coming up tonight. But again, there's still another round to play in these close qualifiers. There's a round 5 that will be played across tomorrow and the day after. So make sure to tune into those games. We'll definitely be here again with you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a good night. I've been Retro, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.